Good Wednesday morning. Coming up on Early Today, round two. The latest winter storm hammers the Midwest with snow and ice as it moves east, followed by a whopper of a storm this weekend. Heroin bust. Police arrest 4 in a heroin dealing raid. Is there a connection to Philip Seymour Hoffman and his withdrawing $1,200 from an ATM? Defying John Paul. The soon-to-be sainted Pope's private notes were supposed to have been destroyed, but now will be published. Plus, the Olympic Games are set to begin. Swallowing a tiny pill to see your colon sure beats the alternative. And who led the list as the butt of Jay Leno's jokes? It is Wednesday, February 5th. Early Today starts right now. Very good morning. It's nice to see you. I'm Veronica Dela Cruz. The seemingly endless winter is not over. A new storm bringing snow and ice is moving in right now across 32 states. 118 million Americans are in the crosshairs, many of which are still digging out from a storm earlier this week. More people are under watches or warnings for this storm than all of last winter. The system has buried parts of the Midwest and as much as 10 inches of snow. It is now heading for the Northeast, cities like Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. But with trees there still covered in snow, today's storm could lead to widespread power outages. And the travel delays are piling up. This Southwest jet landed in Kansas City safely, but ran into a snowbank while taxiing to the gate. The airline says no one on board was hurt. Already this morning, nearly 2,000 flights have been canceled, more than 1,200 already delayed. Let's get right to NBC meteorologist Bill Cairns. Bill, definitely looks like it's going to be tough out there for the morning commute. Yeah, probably one of the worst of the winters through New England all the way down through New York City across the Ohio Valley. This storm moves in and it moves in a hurry. We call this a front end thump. And very quickly, as soon as the snow starts, it gets hard and gets really heavy in a hurry. We're going to pick up 1 to 2 inches an hour here across areas of southern New England over the next 3 to 4 hours. And the morning commute, when we get to the peak of it, very difficult from Boston to Hartford, the Providence, Albany, New York, to Binghamton, and areas right around New York City. The blue on this map shows you the heavy 1 to 2 inches an hour snowfall from northern Jersey over New York City, Long Island, into Connecticut. Now, New York City eventually will transfer over to sleet and some freezing rain, as you've already done around Reading and York and Philadelphia. Really, the storm was kind of a miss for the Philadelphia area, warmer scenario. And we're still dealing with a lot of snow coming down across northern Indiana, where you got hit hard, around the Chicago area, Detroit, too. We picked up about 8 to 10 inches from Topeka to Kansas City last night. So you get the picture here, and we still have winter storm warnings from Kansas City all the way across Interstate 70, back up I-95 into southern portions of Maine, Veronica. So this storm, as advertised, from now till about noon at least, will be a high impact for everyone traveling. Wow. All right. Thanks, Bill. We'll check back in with you in just a second. Turning now to the investigation into the death of actor Philip Seymour Hoffman. New overnight, sources tell WNBC 4 people have been arrested in a heroin bust. Investigators now looking into whether those suspects could have provided drugs to the late actor. Cops confirm heroin was found inside the Lower East Side apartment where they were taken into custody. Also new this morning, an emerging timeline leading up to Hoffman's death. We're learning the Oscar-winning actor made 6 ATM withdrawals totaling $1,200 near his New York apartment on Saturday. Sources tell NBC News he was talking to 2 men wearing messenger bags. The next morning, his body was found surrounded by bags of heroin. Many thought the overdose could have been caused by a potent synthetic morphine, but new tests reveal the heroin found in Hoffman's apartment did not contain the powerful additive fentanyl. There is new fuel this morning in the debate over Obamacare. Congressional analysts saying the Affordable Care Act could lead to millions of job losses, up to 2.5 million full-time jobs, in fact, by 2024. That is according to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. The CBO predicts American workers will cut back on their hours or leave the nation's workforce entirely. The group previously predicted the law would lead to a loss of 800,000 jobs. House Speaker John Boehner saying in a statement, quote, "The middle class is getting squeezed in this economy," and this CBO report confirms that Obamacare is making it worse. The White House pushed back, saying the possible reduction would be voluntary.
This is not businesses cutting back on jobs. This is people having new choices they didn't used to have. Those are 2 completely different things in terms of the impact it has on people.
The wide-ranging report also predicted the federal budget deficit would fall to $514 billion. That is down from last year's $680 billion and the lowest since President Obama took office. Alleged police corruption rocks the Florida criminal justice system, potentially leading to scores of appeals from convicted criminals. Crime Lab analyst Joseph Graves is accused of stealing and reselling narcotics used to bust and convict suspects. He allegedly launched his own illegal drug enterprise by replacing evidence with non-prescription pills. Authorities are hoping Graves' work on 2,600 cases will not force the courts to toss out several convictions and prison sentences. He faces 12 counts of theft, drug trafficking, and evidence tampering. Okay, so it's known among the professionals as creationism versus evolution. It's a debate as old as time. How did we get here? Well, Bill Nye, the science guy, going head-to-head Tuesday with the founder of the Creation Museum in Kentucky, Ken Ham. He believes the Earth is 6,000 years old and that the Bible tells the factual account. But Nye says he and the science community believe the Big Bang Theory created the Earth billions of years ago, sparking evolution.
The bottom line is that as a Christian, I have a foundation, but as a Christian, I would ask Bill the question, what would change your mind? I mean, you said even if you came to faith, you'd never give up believing in billions of years.
We would just need one piece of evidence. We would need the fossil that swam from one layer to another. We would need evidence that the universe is not expanding. We would need evidence that the stars appear to be far away, but they're not.
And now we get back to Bill Cairns on today's winter storm. Which side of the line do you stand on? Do I even need to ask that question?
No, you don't.
Let's stick to the weather. How's that?
Let's get into the stuff that I've been studying all morning and all night here, Veronica. Okay, the snowfall totals will be. There's a very sharp line and gradient out there. The southern Ohio Valley got a lot of ice. Is still dealing with the ice. The northern portions of the Ohio Valley and now up into central New England, you're the ones that are going to get nailed. And the heaviest during the day today will be the central New England areas. This is one of my computer models, and it's really showing the Poconos over the Catskills, the potential for almost 12 to about 16 inches of snow, including the Newburgh, Hartford, Springfield areas. Hartford, you're a close call with the sleet to your south mixing in, cutting down totals. That New Haven may be a little bit high, but the potential is there for some very heavy wet snow right during the day in these areas. This is my official snowfall forecast. I still think the Albany area probably one of the highest for the big cities at 8 to 12. Boston 4 to 8, Providence 4 to 8, Hartford somewhere around 4 to 8, New York City up to about 4 inches here before it changes over. So, and then for the people that are still dealing with the ice from yesterday, it's not going to melt today. Still very cold from Arkansas through Kentucky. That's a look at your national forecast. Now here's a look at the weather outside your window. So as far as the travel impacts today, I'd be very surprised if any flights will be getting out of areas like Boston and Hartford and Providence and New York City as we go through the morning. I think the Philadelphia to D.C. airports will fare much better. Well, Veronica, at the top of the show, you were mentioning all week long, we're going to talk about the potential for this big storm Sunday night into Monday. I got a big update coming for you in a little bit.
It is going to be a mess out there. All right. Thanks, Bill. A major sex trafficking bust, including 45 pimps, plus a pill that might just save you from that frightening colonoscopy. Early Today is back in 2.
Improving your health isn't always easy, but you can do it. Stay active. Get outdoors. Eat healthy. And choose Colgate Total. It does more than protect. It actually helps improve mouth health.
It fights germs for 12 hours. In 24 hours starts to fortify enamel. And in 4 weeks helps improve gum health.
You can do it with Colgate Total.
Do more than protect. Improve mouth health with Colgate Total. And use the whole line for even better results.
When back pain slows you down, trust the Icy Hot for powerful relief.
The Icy Hot Patch. Powerful relief for backs, shoulders, even arthritis. Goes on icy to dull pain, hot to relax it away.
So you're back to full speed.
Icy Hot. Power past pain.
The rhythm of life. Where do you hear that beat? Campbell's Healthy Request Soup lets you hear it in your heart. Heart healthy. Great taste. Sounds good. Campbell's Healthy Request. Good.
Are digestive issues holding you back? Take control with the 2-week Tummy Take Back from Digestive Advantage, the daily probiotic supplement that guarantees improvement in abdominal discomfort and bloating in just 2 weeks, or your money back. Start your Tummy Take Back today.
Here Mary the Sparkle Fairy here. Are you about to spend that on paper towels?
Well, I use Bounty.
Ooh, use Sparkle. It's just right for cleaning up everyday little messes without cleaning out your piggy bank. Sparkle, the bright way to clean.
Walgreens understands being at the corner of looking for a good deal and sheesh, I should have looked some more. That's why Walgreens makes it easy to save even more on your Medicare Part D prescriptions. Just stop on by and leave all the legwork to us. Switch to Walgreens today, where you could save with copays as low as $0 on select Medicare Part D plans. At the corner of happy and healthy.
Good morning and welcome back. After more than 2 years, Congress passed a $956 billion farm bill that will expand crop insurance for farmers and create new subsidies for rice and peanut growers. The bill is being criticized by some for cutting roughly $8 billion in funding for food stamps. However, that translates to 1% of the program's spending. President Obama is expected to sign the bill on Friday. Pope John Paul II's most personal and private notes will be published in a book today, even though his last will and testament requested they be burned. The cardinal who was entrusted with these notes said he didn't have the courage to follow the Pope's orders to burn them. Instead, he's making them available for the world to read. The cardinal says he plans to use the money from the book to build a museum honoring John Paul. A Super Bowl sex trafficking crackdown by law enforcement led to the recovery of 16 teenagers ranging in age from 13 to 17. An FBI spokesman said many of the victims, mostly girls, are kept in the sex trade by abusive pimps. The crackdown led to the arrest of 45 pimps in the days leading up to the Super Bowl. Democrat Harry Reid and Republican John McCain decided to put aside their differences Tuesday and announced their support of a government-funded study on brain injuries caused by boxing. Both were amateur boxers as young men, and apparently that fighting spirit has not gone away.
We are friends. We have so much respect for each other. It was just a month or two ago. We ran into each other up by the elevators. He said, "I'm going to go to the floor and kick the out of you." And I said I wouldn't expect less. And he did.
And the Olympic torch is set to arrive in Sochi today, marking the end of the longest Olympic torch relay in history. The networks of NBC Universal will have exclusive coverage of the Winter Games in Sochi, beginning with snowboarding, freestyle skiing, and of course, figure skating. It's all happening Thursday night at 8, 7 Central, right here on NBC. Can hardly wait. All right, it is time to get down to business right now. 30-year U.S. Olympic and Paralympic team sponsor AT&T is the first major advertiser to protest Russia's anti-LGBT laws that ban, quote, propaganda of non-traditional sexual relations. Some Midwest governors have written to President Obama asking for help in addressing the propane shortage and price increases. They're requesting regulatory waivers and an increase of supplies through every means of transport. Well, the nasty winter weather is having an impact on the economy. FlightAware.com reports that 39,000 flights were canceled in January, the most since Hurricane Sandy hit the East Coast in 2012. Also, storms are driving up prices for road salt, as many communities and regions are running out of supplies. And colon exams may never be the same. The FDA has just approved a high-tech pill cam that contains 2 color cameras for colon examinations. Patients would simply swallow the pill as it makes its journey through the human body. The $500 pill is made by Given Imaging. That really is something. Coming up, Richard Louis sports headlines, a development in Miami's Bullygate, and an Olympics training run scare for Shaun White. Plus, remember the infamous twin toilets in Sochi? Well, we're going to show you how 2 athletes are getting in on the fun.
Our daughter is all Kate. They have the same walk, same grin, and the same beautiful hair.
With Nice and Easy, get the most natural shade of you. Get 3 salon tones in 1 step with expert highlights and lowlights. For colors so true to you, they may think you were born with it.
I'm a lucky guy.
With Nice and Easy, get the most natural shade of you. Keep your shade aglow with innovative CC Cream. Find it in every box of Nice and Easy.
Even Ragu users chose Prego Traditional over Ragu Traditional.
Prego? But I buy Ragu.
I wonder what other questionable choices I've made.
Choose taste. Choose Prego.
Now, movement is 2 times more comfortable with new Move Free Ultra Omega, a powerful omega-3 supplement that gives you 2 times better joint comfort than glucosamine and chondroitin in just 1 small soft gel. Get better joint comfort. Switch to new Move Free Ultra Omega.
I need proof of insurance.
That's my Geico digital insurance ID card. Got all my pertinence on it and such.
Works for me. Turn to the camera.
Actually, I think my eyes might...
Next!
Digital insurance ID cards. Just a tap away on the Geico app.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that when a tree falls in the forest and no one's around, it does make a sound?
Oh! Geico.
Little help here?
It's Jay's final week on The Tonight Show. Thank you! Only 2 shows left, filled with laughter, memories, huge stars, and Jay's first guest ever is his last.
Billy Crystal!
The celebration continues tonight with
Blake Shelton, Sandra Bullock.
It's Jay's final 2 shows.
And I'm gonna miss you. Oh, this is fantastic.
The Tonight Show, tonight on NBC. Only one event unites the world. The 2014 Olympic Winter Games. The biggest Olympic Winter Games ever begin tomorrow with the debut of 2 new Olympic events. U.S. skating stars vie for the first team figure skating gold. And Shaun White competes in the first ever Olympic slopestyle event. Before Friday's opening ceremony, catch a night full of thrilling Olympic action as the games begin tomorrow on NBC.
Well, this morning on Today, Julia Mancuso gets ready to hit the slopes. The most decorated female alpine skier talks to Matt about going for gold in her 4th Olympic competition. It's all live from Sochi. And now to sports with Richard Louie. All right, Richard, are we talking about the Olympics this morning? Are we?
Of course we are, but we're going to start with this. The latest development coming out of Miami. Dolphins' Richie Incognito's suspension was lifted Tuesday. He allegedly bullied his teammate, the allegation coming out 3 months ago. Now Incognito is saying in this tweet right here, I support Jonathan Martin 100% in his return to football in 2014. Incognito, by the way, becomes a free agent in March. Soccer star David Beckham officially being named the owner of a new Miami Major League Soccer team. He's got a couple of bucks, I guess, to throw around. It will be the 22nd club in the league starting in 2016 or later. It's unclear how soon a stadium will be built. Again, that's the MLS. In college basketball, Ohio State, Iowa, Aaron Craft of the unranked Buckeyes takes the ball to the hole and draws the foul. The Buckeyes upset the number 17 Hawkeyes there, 76-69. Texas, ranked 15th in the nation, held off unranked Texas Christian down the stretch with some clutch three-pointers, and the Longhorns, they get the 59-54 victory there. Take it to the NBA. Indiana's Paul George extending the lead over Atlanta with a slam in the closing minutes. And the Packers, with that beauty, beat the Hawks 89-85. Now let's talk the Olympics. 2-time Olympic gold medal snowboarder Shaun White. He got a minor wrist injury in practice in Sochi Tuesday, but he's happy about one thing, his new short haircut.
No, I love it. It's so much better. I used to kind of have to put it back some way so it wouldn't fly in my face while I was doing my tricks. Now I'm faster.
I really can't recognize him now. Hey, those bizarre twin toilets at the Olympics that drew attention last month were occupied, well, as you can see there, 2 fully dressed skiers Tuesday. There was a caption in Russian on this photo, which was loosely translated as, "Foreign athletes love to pose in strange toilets in the city of Sochi. Won't be the first nor the last." Well, last night on Jimmy Kimmel, they asked questions of people who obviously did not watch the Super Bowl.
How do you think Tom Brady did last night?
I thought Tom Brady was great. Tom Brady killed it last night, actually. He threw real well to the Seattle receivers.
Did you think it was heartwarming when the Seahawks let that kid play during the 4th quarter?
Absolutely.
There you go. Would have you answered those right? We'll see. Hey, The Tonight Show's Jay Leno spoofed the first commercial after the Super Bowl. Take a look.
Malcolm Smith, you and the Seattle Seahawks just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do next?
I'm going to Disneyland! My dreams come true.
Their defense was good, no doubt.
Sarah, and you and me both, I didn't recognize Sean White either. He's supposed to be the flying tomato. What happened to all his hair?
He's getting older. He's the old man. He's 27.
All right, Richard, thanks. We'll see you soon. Just ahead, half of all Americans plan to watch the Olympics, but can you guess our favorite Olympic winter sport? Plus, the details behind Fast and Furious star Paul Walker's $25 million will.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
I'm training for my 4th Olympics. The big difference between who I was then and who I am now? My nutrition.
Kashi's proud to be fueling Keegan Randall and Team USA. Kashi, eat positive. This is for you.
Bob's heart attack didn't come with a warning. Today, his doctor has him on a Bayer aspirin regimen to help reduce the risk of another one. If you've had a heart attack, be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
Good job. Still running in the morning?
Yeah.
Getting your vegetables every day?
When I can.
Could have had a V8. 2 full servings of vegetables for only 50 delicious calories.
New Hershey's Spreads. Bring the delicious taste of Hershey's chocolate to anything. Everything. With new Hershey's Spreads, the possibilities are delicious.
Carrie the Sparkle Fairy here. Are you about to spend that on paper towels?
Well, I use Bounty.
Use Sparkle. It's just right for cleaning up everyday little messes without cleaning out your piggy bank. Sparkle, the right way to clean.
This is the story of Liza's legs. They couldn't stand feeling rough and dry. Along came Gold Bond. 100 years of science, modern formula. Rich, absorbs quickly. Now legs look nourished, healed, healthy. Gold Bond, ultimate lotion, ultimate skin.
Guys, remember, we're a solar system. Mars is down, and it's only 10 a.m. Who hasn't had their Jimmy Dean breakfast this morning? Now let's orbit.
I feel awesome.
You're all awesome.
Start your day off right with a balanced breakfast with protein. Jimmy Dean, shine on.
Well, welcome back on this Wednesday morning. So, this is Storm 2 of the week. Will we get Storm 3? We're going to have a storm, but the question still is, how big will it get? For about the last week or two, all of our computer models have been saying 2 storms would combine for a potential nor'easter on the East Coast. Well, they're kind of backing off of that and kind of breaking it into 2 pieces. One piece goes to the south on Saturday. Another piece comes through New England on Sunday into Monday. So, still a potential here for snow, but it does no longer look like the potential for a big blockbuster major nor'easter. Still a couple days away, Veronica. Could change back, but as of now, it's looking less likely,
right.
so that's
We're
good.
Have to keep our fingers
Yeah, we don't
crossed.
need another one on top of this.
We really don't. All right, thanks, Phil. So who was Jay Leno's biggest target over 22 years and 43,000 jokes? Well, former President Bill Clinton, who has the dubious honor of being featured in 4,607 jokes, thanks in large part to his affection toward a certain White House intern. As far as celebrities go, and surprisingly, O.J. Simpson topped the list with 795 jokes. The late Paul Walker is reportedly leaving his entire $25 million estate to his only child, 15-year-old Meadow Walker. The Fast and Furious actor died in a tragic car crash last November. Even before its second season premiere, Netflix hit House of Cards has been renewed for a 3rd season. And the Red Hot Chili Peppers were caught in a red-hot scandal Tuesday. After rocking the Super Bowl halftime show with Bruno Mars Sunday, photos surfaced showing the band's instruments not plugged in. Bassist Flea issued an explanation saying the NFL insisted they mime the performance to avoid sound and setup problems. Yikes. And a new AP poll shows more than half of Americans plan to follow the Winter Olympics. And can you guess what the most popular event is? A majority, 24%, said figure skating is their favorite sport of the games. I'm Veronica Dela Cruz. This is Early Today.
Anybody know where Flo is? Are you Flo?
Yes.
Is this the thing you gave my husband?
Oh, yeah. Yes, the Name Your Price tool. You tell us the price you want to pay, and we give you a range of options to choose from. Careful, though. That kind of power can go to your head.
That explains a lot.
Yo, buddy. I got this. Give me one. Give me one. Give me one.
The power of the Name Your Price tool. Only from Progressive.
Are digestive issues holding you back? Take control with the 2-week Tummy Take Back from Digestive Advantage, the daily probiotic supplement that guarantees improvement in abdominal discomfort and bloating in just 2 weeks, or your money back. Start your Tummy Take Back today.
Wisest kid, we need a new recipe.
Let us consult the scroll of infinite deliciousness.
Perfect.
Campbell's has the recipes kids love. So good. At campbellskitchen.com. Good.
At every Olympics, they were put to the test. Wrestling, gymnastics, even the luge. Now in Sochi, what will Matt and Al face?
Let the games begin.
Starting February 6th on Today.
Late in the news from NBC News, nuclear letdown. Navy suspends 30 at reactor school for alleged cheating. The sailors are accused of cheating on tests meant to qualify them to train others to operate naval nuclear power reactors. It is the second cheating scandal to hit the military this year. And in the Wall Street Journal, assault on California power station raises alarm on potential for terrorism. Last April's sniper attack knocked out 17 transformers in San Jose. A former federal official worries a similar coordinated attack could take down the entire U.S. grid. And now to some stories that you may have missed. Scotland becomes the 17th country to legalize same-sex marriage. The measure overwhelmingly passed the Parliament 105-18, but it was opposed by Scotland's main church organizations. Under the bill, opposed religious groups cannot be forced to take part. Okay, so we've all seen it or heard it. A bird flies into a window and meets an unfortunate fate. Yikes. But can you believe that as many as 988 million birds die annually in the U.S. as a result? I can't even watch that video anymore. Stop. Researchers from Oklahoma State University say that as much as 10% of the bird population. That is amazing. Check this out, the brand new redesigned NBCnews.com. It has some cool new features like an infinite scrolling homepage and more original reporting exclusively for the web. So be sure to take some time, check it out today. It is the all-new NBCnews.com. Can't afford the car of your dreams? Why not just buy a mini replica instead? That's actually what one man in Lebanon did. He didn't stop at 1 or even 100. With over 30,000 miniatures, this scale vehicle collection is certified by Guinness as being the world's largest. Bill, he's like the Jay Leno of the toy car world.
That's a lot of die-cast cars. I mean, it's like a 3-year-old's dream.
I know, pretty impressive. It is time now for a look ahead and a look back. Seattle's victory parade today for the Super Bowl champions. A huge crowd expected in downtown to celebrate the Seahawks' crushing win over Denver. And on this day in 1971, Apollo 14 astronauts Alan Shepard and Edgar Mitchell on TV from the lunar surface, as reported by John Chancellor on NBC Nightly News.
Mitchell returned the camera to the stand, and he and Shepard carried equipment away from the landing ship to set it up.
Okay, I'm going to stop here and rest for a minute now. Let's start things heavier than I expected.
Happy birthday to actress Barbara Hershey of Beaches, who is 66. Two-time Super Bowl winning quarterback Roger Staubach turns 72. I'm Veronica Dela Cruz. Thank you so much for joining us on Early Today.